Hello guys, how you doing? All right. Thanks for joining me with Sit Down with Johnny. And if you hadn't guessed, I'm Johnny. Okay, so a rather interesting thing happened yesterday that was totally unexpected. I looked down on the floor in the shop and it looked like, to me, at first glance, it looked like a massive bug of some sort, like a beetle. To my mind that wasn't expecting it, I looked down and thought, that's a massive beetle of some sort. What on earth? And then I thought, no, it's not, silly Johnny. It's just a massive leaf that someone's brought in on their foot. So I nudged it a little bit just to make sure it was a leaf. And this little bat flew his wings out and just did this on the floor. Now, I think it was when he squeaked and did that, and opened his wings were wide once they were open. I mean, when he was closed up, he was so small. When he did that, I thought that, in some way he was shocked, but I honestly think he was still asleep. And he'd fallen from maybe the tree that we've got hanging in the front of the shop there. He was just hanging from this light tree that we've got. And I think he just fell onto the floor and he was still asleep, because the moment he did a squeak and did that, it was almost like a reflex, because he just went straight back to sleep. So I scooped him up very carefully onto a brown paper bag, very carefully, because you can't actually handle bats for various reasons. They're protected and you're not supposed to actually touch them with your skin. So very carefully, because they're very delicate, popped him onto a brown paper bag and carried him through, thinking that maybe he was like injured in some way, because you never see bats in daylight like that, certainly not on the floor. I popped him on the table and said to Vicky, look what's happened, it's a little bat. And he was just there sort of vibrating and his little ears were flat. And then all of a sudden, what we were doing is we're looking up the bat line to see what you're supposed to do when you find a bat. How can you help? We don't know anything about bats. And as we're phoning up, trying to find the number, Vicky says, oh, I up. His little ears are up. And he was up and he was like looking around. He was awake at this point. And then I carried on phoning the number, thinking that, he was just injured. And then we looked back and he wasn't on the bag. And he was just flying around really fast. I mean, dodging all the obstacles so easily. Not like when a bird comes into your house and they're sort of banging against the walls and the windows. He was just the absolute master, flying through the hoop lights. Actually, I've got a video. I'm going to show it right now. So you should see the bat. It's very hard to keep up with him when he was flying. And it looked like he was going after moths and bugs and grubs that might be in the tall building. And it was just fascinating. He comes so close to your face as well when he flies. He's got absolute confidence in the air. And I thought, don't know what to do. So I phoned up and she says, it's okay, don't panic. He's obviously very healthy. He probably just fell out of his perch, so to speak, and he was still asleep. And he's possibly been in your building for a while and you just didn't know. As long as there's moths and things that he can eat, and as long as they can get to a tap, because they have to be able to drink just a few drops of water each day, but they have to do that. She says, because he's going to be craving water, it's one thing they always crave, because it's hard for them to get water in the right setup, but they need it very shallow, because they're quite clumsy when they're on the floor or when they're on the table or something. Pop a little bottle top of water on the table. He'll come to it, and then scoop him up in a tea towel into a box, put holes in the box, and then take him outside at night, or dusk, she said is better. Pop the box on its side, and then within 10 minutes he'll just fly off. The thing is, after gleaning all this information from and she was very good, she took all the details and everything, he just disappeared. He went back up wherever he went. We got some really high ceilings here, so he went back up behind a curtain, or back up behind the flags. I think that's where he was. And then it's like, okay, we're going to have to wait for him to come back out again. And it was the solstice, wasn't it, last night? So we had a good few people coming. So I was worried about the people being here and the bat. And thanks to everyone that came. It was a great night. We did so much. And it was a lovely evening spent with great people. And I'll talk about that in another video. But as we were doing the drumming ceremony around the altar, and it was pitch black in here, just the candles, the bat came out and was just flying around the circle. He wasn't put off by the drumming, the echolocation that's all to do with, it's like a sonar, isn't it? It's all to do with sound in order to see with their ears. He didn't mind the drumming at all. He was zipping in and out of people, going through hoops. It was just incredible. And as we came out of meditation, the drumming meditation, he was still flying around, going after moths and whatever he was pursuing. You could see him going up into the corner of the room, and that our dog was here. And I think she could probably smell the bat because she kept like looking up and frowning as if to say, what's going on here? But I don't think... not for 1 second, I don't think she saw the bat. I think she probably smelt the bat because dogs are very good like that, aren't they? I've also got a photograph of when I first found him on the shop floor. Here's the photograph. Look how cute he is. He's only little. He's like a little mouse with wings. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at his little ears. Apparently they've got good eyesight. The saying blind as a bat. I've obviously looked into bats a little bit now. And that's not true. They do have really good eyesight as well, but their echolocation is incredible when they are flying. It gives them the kind of sight that you wouldn't believe. They can judge the speed of objects that are moving through the air, and the objects turn different colours apparently, so they can judge how fast a moth is, how fast a moth is travelling through the air, so they can just scoop it out of the air. And as they're travelling around the objects, they can tell heat signatures, heat sources, all with their ears and echolocation. Incredible. A beautiful little creature, and we feel really, really blessed to have seen him at close quarters. Now, one of the things that the specialist said to do on the phone was, if you can't catch him, or if, I'm saying he, could have been a she, I don't know. I don't know bats well enough. Could have been a she, but I'll just say he. If you can't catch him, or if he becomes elusive, when it's nighttime, open the doors. Now, we've got some very, very big doors. And I opened the door and he was outside for a time, and he was flying around at that point. And I didn't actually see him leave, but he didn't show up on the video cameras that we've got around the place. And I'm pretty sure he would have shown up because we caught him, or caught our bat, on a video camera a while back. And they just set off the motion sensors. So all night, totally quiet, wasn't flying around. I think it's doubtful he would have slept through the night because they're nocturnal. So I'm thinking when the doors are open for a few hours, he just flew out, but we haven't seen him since. So we'll keep you posted on the bat front there. And it was a magical experience. It really, really was. And the symbolism of a bat in your premises is strong transformation, which is all to do with the Neptune in retrograde that we worked on last night with the solstice, connected with the solstice, connected with the violet flame. It was a great evening, and the bat added to the symbolism in a wonderful way, and he joined in with the drumming. It was absolutely incredible. What a lovely dynamic that we couldn't have planned for, and we couldn't have even expected. It was just great to have the little bat here. I think he's gone. I hope he's gone, because they need to be outside, really. That's where they need to be. That's their natural habitat. And hopefully he's outside, and he'll just be flying around, happy as Larry, outside later tonight. But if he does make a reappearance inside, I'll take more videos, I'll phone up, see if there's any more advice. We'll just try and get him out of the building in a very careful and delicate manner, because they're very delicate creatures when you close up to them. Brilliant. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And join me in a week or two when I'll do another sit down with Johnny. Nice cup of tea. Sit down with Johnny. Couldn't be better. Thanks, guys. I'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye, little bat. Bye, little bat. Thanks, guys.